In this edition of A Conversation with Genie Sweetness, we will be speaking with Jaime Hype of Younghawk Sound. Good evening, Jaime.
Good evening, ladies.
I would like to first tell you thank you. That's just something I do at the beginning because you don't have to take the time to speak with us, but we definitely do appreciate that you're taking time out of your evening to sit down and clear the air on a few topics. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
A Conversation with Genie Sweetness is an international product, so you have some fans, some of your established fans who will be tuning in, but you also will be gaining some new fans. So let's start at the beginning for those who think they know and for those who do not know. How did you come to be on Younghawk?
Well, actually, Younghawk is my sound.
That's right.
My father used to play music from way back in the days, and he had a sound called Count Pius, the Bad Hawk. And so from I was young and growing up, they called me Younghawk. That was actually my name. And then when I started playing music, people started saying, "Oh, that you just a hype. You just a hype." And they used to call me Jaime the Hyper Youth. So then I just switched it around and called myself Jaime Hype. And that's how the Jaime Hype thing came about.
And as I said, we are definitely going to be clearing the air this evening, so we want to make sure everybody is clear. Younghawk is your sound.
Yeah, the boss, the owner, the man who spent the grands.
And we want to know, I know that your dad is your original inspiration for playing music, but you've continued it. You've continued playing music many years later. Please let your fans know how long you have been playing sound, because you've endured. You're a veteran here.
Yeah, in 1989, 1990 is when I kind of like more, I was, because first of all, I was born here in Bronx, New York, born and grew in the Bronx. But I started hanging around more Caribbean people and my culture in high school. I went to Truman High School, which was full of Jamaican, and that's when I kind of more got exposed to the reggae music and started liking it. And in about 89 or 90, they had a club in the Bronx here called Barclays Club that used to be on Gunny Road. Now it's a church. But they gave exposure to the young sounds. They said, all right, there's a lot of young sounds growing up that time. And them say, you know what, we can start an evening thing, like a teen jam type thing. And so it used to start at about 2, 3 o'clock in the evening. And then a whole bunch of local songs in the area started coming about, and we started building it into something really big. Like all the high schools in the area were coming there every Saturday evening from 3 to 9, 3 to 10, and then, the big people dance after. And that's when Younghawk was established.
Okay. How have you lasted longer than some of these one-party DJs? What kept you here so long?
The love of the music. That's why I'm here so long. It's not because I like it. I mean, not because I'm making millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I love. And that's why I do it. I mean, for all who don't know, I'm very educated. I go to college and I have my bachelor's degree, in business. I could get a job tomorrow if I want to. But I look at it as life is short. And if I'm able to feed my picnic them and pay my rent, doing something I love, why not do it until you can't do it no more.
But,
so
but what my question is really asking, because you haven't only been here for 20 years, but you're someone that's still receiving phone calls to come and play out. You're someone who's still receiving phone calls to clash. So we want to know, why do you still matter? Why is your phone still ringing compared to others who are not getting the phone call?
Oh, because like I said, I chose to stay in it. Like I said, it's the love of it. Cause
wait a minute, Jaime. You know that you're being modest, right? You're being modest right now.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you exactly how I look at it. What spoiled the business and made the business watered down, believe it or not, is the internet. Okay. The fact that you can just go on the internet and download songs for free. In the 90s, you needed speaker box. You needed turntable. You needed a sound. You have dudes nowadays calling themselves DJs. They don't even know how to mix 2 songs on the same rhythm together. All they do is go on the internet, download the whole heap of Cartel and Mavada, and say, hey, I'm a DJ.
Right.
I know dancers that call themselves DJs. I know cameramen that take pictures. Oh, I'm a DJ now.
Right.
Holy crap. You know? So it's like any business. It's supply and demand. There's too much supply. There's a million DJs. Right now, if you tell us a promoter you want $500, there's a dude that's going to say 4, one that says 3, one that says 2, 1, and 0. So the money that's being made, the money I used to make in the 90s I'm not making nothing compared to what I used to make.
Well, I'll go ahead and sum up what you're saying. What you're saying is the reason why you're still relevant, the reason why you're still getting top shows, the reason why they're still calling you is because you have talent and knowledge of what you're doing.
And as well, as far as the Clash thing, I'm willing to take money that I'm not even making and invest in cutting tunes still. Because I believe in the real essence of sound, not just downloading the latest 45s. I don't feel like a song is a big song if they don't have no tune. Yeah.
Let's pick your brain on the Clash thing. Here it is, the month of March. We're still in winter, and you've got things hot like we're in the middle of June or July somewhere. How do you do 3 clashes within 7 days?
Well, I look at it like this. 2 things. First of all, if a juggling song can play out 3 times for the week, why can't a Clash song? You know what I'm saying? And second of all, I look at this music thing, it goes in phases. Basically, it goes in a circle. Remember, there was one point when there's all this dancing, you know, jiggy business. Then it goes, at one point there was culture, when everything was Richie Spice, everybody and Sizzle, everybody would want to be Rasta. And it goes in a circle. So right now, the Clash thing is in season. So you have to reap while it's there to reap. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not turning out anything. You have a lot of songs that look at the business like, okay, I'm not going to clash that guy because I might lose. Or the other one that they like to use, oh, I'm too big to clash against that song. Right. I look at it like this. First of all, the championship not mixed. There's going to be days where they're going to win, and there's going to be days when you're going to lose. You win, you lose, you lose. The point is you're in the game, and people calling your name. And the other crap about, oh, I'm too big for him. Right. Let me tell you this. If I'm walking in the street, and a little 10, 11-year-old feels like he wants to come and try to test me, I'm going to box him down just to prove a point. So if you're a bigger song than the next dude, if you're a bigger song than the next guy that claims he's too small for you, then kill him. Show him that you're bigger.
Well, let's start with, because I want to talk about all 3 of these clashes, because you did not just battle the little guy. As you're saying, you know, everybody gets a chance, but you did go against some big ones. Let's start with the first one of the week, which was the Border Clash. And this clash was a different sound system from each, I'll say like the tri-state area. So it was Younghawk, Black Magic, Twin Towers, King Agony, King Shine.
Yeah.
This one, you did not take home the trophy. Camouflage did win. But tell us what went on in that clash. What was your mindset for that one?
Oh, okay. First and foremost, I definitely want to give congratulations going out to Camouflage.
Okay.
Because those guys really did their thing, you know, and I don't take anything away from them.
Okay.
But what happened that dance is that, in my personal opinion, Noah, who was the MC of the dance, when he called to see who gets eliminated, the crowd, the first time he said, if I was safe, the people said I was safe.
Okay.
And the reason being, the vote was split amongst 4 sounds. So when it's split like who and who, you know, the people already voted for their own sound. So the first time they said it, we looked more than safe. I thought I was safe to the point where I walked up to my computer and started looking for songs.
Right.
And then the man turns around and says, no, that wasn't clear. So at that point, remember, the people who voted for their own sounds and their sounds dropped out, they're upset already. So they get a chance to vote again. So when they voted again, it looked close the second time. You know, the second time kind of looked drawish. Then Noah asked again a third time, and it looked drawish again. The discrepancy I had, I'm sure everybody was at the class here and they curse out Noah. My discrepancy was, okay, he said that the vote was close, and he said we need to play 1 song each.
Okay.
Now, if you say that, then stick to it. Then after he says we're to play one song, the co-host, Whistleman or whatever, mind you, he wasn't involved the dancer most of the night. He runs out with his little shorts and his little thing, red flag, Younghawk get eliminated. No, he's the co-host, Noah's the host. As a big strapping man, you don't make no man in a little pum-pum shots run out and come dictate the thing after he wasn't involved the whole night. You know what I'm saying?
Just came out. He came
actually late. Yeah, and like, red card, like a girl. And then Noah, who just said, yo, play one song each. Well, the guy in the pum pum shot said Younghawk eliminate, so Younghawk get eliminated. What the hell kind of host is that? Yeah, it looks like him get the payoff. That's how it sounds to me. You know what I'm saying? Because what name in the shorts wasn't involved in the whole vote for the whole, it was one discrepancy. And I blame half of the promoter as well because Noah got confused, so he started saying, promoter, come to the stage, promoter, come to the stage. The promoters hit in the bar. They didn't all know them to reach the stage. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is Noah as an MC or anyone, anything you're doing, you have to be fair. If you said, okay, it looks like a draw and we could play one song, let's go play the one song. That's the whole problem.
Well, although you did not take home the trophy for March 3rd, still a week later.
I didn't feel bad.
Friday, March 9th.
Because majority of the people up to camouflage themselves said on Soundclash Fraternity that really and truly he's not biased. He feels that Younghawk and Camouflage should have gone dub for dub. And that's what, and I even respect them even more for that.
Okay, Jamie, but although you did not take the trophy home on March 3rd, 1 week later, you were clashing again. Now, this one was Younghawk, Super Gold, Innocent, and Tech 9. Now, for this one, you did take the trophy home. And the MC for that one was DJ LES of Red Hot Radio. And tell us what was going on with that clash, because I'm hearing so many different things as it relates to the MC for the night and this and this and that. What went on for that clash?
Okay, well, that night I came back with a vengeance.
Yes.
I came to prove something and get everything I need to get off of my chest. Because, I mean, even with this interview, to tell you the truth, I'm not really fussy about interviews. Worse when I lose for the fact that I don't want to be, perceived as someone going on the radio crying. Like, oh, I lost. So I just make people talk. But anyway, what happened that night, from what I'm gathering, is the dance went fairly smooth. The MC wasn't doing bad. Like I said, he didn't seem very biased. At the early part of the dance, however, Nasheen, everybody had whatever, I think it was 10 or 15 minutes to play. And the guy told Nasheen that his time was up. Like, you have 2 minutes left or whatever. He played his song, then he started talking. And he talked out the time. And DJ Ellie went to him and told him his time is up. And Nasheen turned on him like, what do this MC boy? Me tell you, say me I'll play one more song. And the man snatched the mic from Nasheen. It's not like, in all fairness, a lot of times songmen and artists, they take advantage. Okay, you are the act for the show. Because I've been in places already where I've been the selector and the DJs are DJing live and they'll turn around out of the blue. Mario, give me the finishing rhythm. Like you're a jukebox.
Right. And,
find it. Mario, give me, find it fast enough. Come on. Gonna need a selector this, so people pass their place. So the fact that Nasheen was the selector, he was the MC, and the man showed him that the time was up. The man tried to disrespect Ellie. Mario, I'll do this idiot MC. I'm going to tell you something, I'll play one more song. So Ellie snatched the mic from him. Whether it was right or wrong, they can't get involved. But fear is fear. Yeah, fear is fear. If you have 15 minutes and your time is up, just give up the mic.
Right.
So that was the first thing that people were complaining about. I mean, and like I said, it can go both ways. Because if it's your time, actually, Ellie did it wrong, because what they should do is talk to the sound man and make him know, so when 15 minutes is up, turn down the volume, but instead he was kind of wrong for snatching it out of his hand. But like I said, every man is a man and they have pride. So that was the first issue. Then What happened is, as the dance proceeded, from what I heard after the dance, that DJ Ellie thought that Friday was Saturday, meaning the hour, the time difference.
Oh.
So what happened is the last round was supposed to be 15 minutes. And Ellie looked at his watch and went to Andrew and was like, yo, she said the dance soon done. At 4 o'clock now. So instead of saying to play 15 minutes, he said to play 5 minutes. So Innocent played 5 minutes first and mash up the dance. I said 5 minutes. So what's going on? Is someone getting eliminated? Andrew then said, no one's getting eliminated in the 5-minute round. No, at this time, Tech-9 was doing well. They did very good the first round, very good the second round. Likewise myself. But everybody was playing good. At the extra 5-minute round, it was a curveball, but the thing was, it was a curveball for everyone. I see people writing up on the internet, oh, they're upset because if the extra 5 minutes wasn't added in, Younghawk would have got eliminated. That's nonsense. Meaning I already had my final round lined up.
Well, in all fairness, Jamie, you did take the trophy home for that one. So, tell us how you got prepared for it and why with this one you won yet again. You won. So how did you prepare
basically,
for
like
that
I said, I did come prepared, and I already had everything planned out. The extra 5 minutes threw a curveball, meaning that I had to add in some songs that I didn't have prepared. Like I had to add a whole extra round. Normally, what I do, I put a folder together at home, and as well, I modify it while I'm in the dance. All of a sudden, 5 minutes, you have to play extra round. So I had to, at the last minute, put some songs together. I ended up playing back 2 songs that round just because it was an extra round. And I had everything prepared because I know what I was going to play because actually I wanted to get Nashin out.
Okay.
I just wanted to get him. So I prepared an interview with him saying Slackness, and also had a song set up because he said he used to live in Miami. He used to live in New York, and then he went to Miami. And that's one of the biggest forwards, I think the biggest forward for the dance. I played a Beanie Man that says, "Enough man come to New York and Miami go bow and come back to them a bad boy, You know what I mean? And that shell to play. And that's what I'm trying to explain to the crowd. They keep saying, he wouldn't have been eliminated if he played the 5 minutes, if the 5 minute wasn't added. I'm trying to explain to them, if the 5 minute round was the elimination round, I would have played the interview and the Beanie Man then.
Okay.
But the fact that they added it, I had to come up with some last-minute bullcrap, and I didn't do too well, just like everyone else. So after they added the 5 minute round and they said, okay, y'all have to play 15, I already had my 15-minute round lined up with the interview and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And that round, Tech-9, they didn't do well at all.
I like that you're saying this. What you're saying is, you know that you're going to clash. You know who your opponents are. You studied them, and you prepare your music in separate folders so that when you go in, boom, you're knocking them down. 1, 2, 3, just out.
Exactly.
So I like that you're saying that, because that shows that you can't just download your music and call yourself a DJ. That it does take studying and preparation.
You definitely have to, because I know a lot of them actually came to the dance from the week before as well.
Right.
I give you a joke. It was with the exception, I wouldn't say the exception, but I ended up playing a lot of different songs than I played the night before.
Okay.
The week before, because I knew that was their plan to come and play out what I had lined up.
Right.
So.
Well, there was a surprise that you had for them that night, and I caught wind of this. They said that you dropped a garnet silk that flattened the place. They said that was unexpected.
I don't know why that's unexpected. If you go on YouTube, I have played it a bunch of times, from whatever. I've been playing that song from Act 3. That's I don't understand why it's expected. What happens is a lot of these people, people that in Brooklyn is the first they're exposed to Younghawk. I see people writing on the internet, upcoming sound, Younghawk and Cosmic. I'm like, are you serious?
No, Younghawk's not
Night and Day. I can tell you from back in the days, I have trophies at my house from killing Black Cat. I have trophies. You hear them talking about Juxi Killer from Tech 9. Yeah. I murdered Juxi Killer in Act 3 when Travelers was in their prime. That's when Travelers had Jamaica on lock. You know what I'm saying? I've clashed every big sound. When Sound Trooper, Sound Trooper, not Jaro, Sound Trooper came out,
yeah,
Younghawk was the first sound in America to clash against Sound Trooper in Long Island. You know, that was way back when Sound Trooper first came out. So right now, people are just getting exposed to Younghawk, and a lot of these new guys don't know where we're coming from. So, I mean, like you said, it might be a surprise to some of the Brooklyn people that don't know Younghawk, but to the Bronx people, they're like, okay, Younghawk again. Remember, I was in U.S. Rumble. I was in World Clash 2004. I'm not new. There's no new to this.
And you also went to Germany and killed a sound. There's some controversy over that one, right?
I don't know where the controversy is. I went there by myself. I'm a ton of a supersonic. There ain't no controversy in that. I don't see where the controversy is.
I just wanted to draw. Hey, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you there's controversy.
Listen, I can give you guys a joke. No matter what you do, at least, in a way, I kind of, like I said, the internet is good to a point because it allows people to from more places to get a widespread knowledge of what's going on. But it's bad because you have like certain people, like whether you win or lose or whatever you do, there's going to be somebody on these internet groups that are just bad mind. I heard people curse.
We have yet to see you trace anyone or get into any type of internet war. Why do you stay away from it? Why aren't you affected by it?
I'm a grown ASS man.
All right.
And I'm not going to go on there and talk like children. Like the little arguments that they do between some of them is just really embarrassing. Like, I'm like, yo, how can you be on a sound and call yourself a sound man? You're a sound boy.
Okay.
Little boys argue the way they argue. And they always, on that thing sometimes, that's why one of the times I just turn off my phone. Like, I'm not even answering these people anymore because it's ridiculous. One person cursed one sound and says, hey, hold him now, techno dance. That song did not play out. Then I come back and I do 3 clashes in 7 days. Oh, how is he taking so much classes? He's a sound whore. I'm like, are you serious? Some things I read on that thing, I just gotta shake my head. They complain and find a reason to argue about everything. And I say, you know what? I'm not following them. At the end of the day, the trophy's at my crib, and it is what it is.
And then there was, because for some strange reason, controversy follows Jaime Hype, because now here comes the third clash within 7 days. With this one, we had Younghawk, we had Stonewall from Antigua, we had Outlaw and Black Panther. Now with this one, let me tell you what I've got going on here. The police locked it off.
For all who did not know, Saturday was the, what do you call that? Where they mess with the time?
Daylight savings time.
Daylight savings time. So, the dance started approximately 1:30. 6 sounds. And between 1:30 and 2, after 2 o'clock, it turns to 3. And then 3 to 4. So you're going to tell me that a whole dance kept with 6 sounds in an hour and a half? Let's make sense out of nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
First of all, the dance started approximately 1:30. Stonewall played first. They played okay. Actually, they went to the dance the night before and they listened to what I had. They even played my Garnet Silk first round, trying to play out the songs that I have. I came here, I said, listen, I'm a big soul that's been cutting songs for 20 years. You think you can run me out of songs in 10 minutes? I mean, the first round was 10 minutes. And I give you a joke. After he played the song Black Panther played and erased the man completely. Them one good.
Ouch.
Then came Jaworks and they played very well. And then Outlaw played one wicked round. And I came in after that, I'm going to shout the place. You know how I do. All right. Second round starts. Stonewall plays. He had maybe 5 people in his corner that put up their hand about 3 times. The bottom, long and short of it, after the second round, they asked who got eliminated. Stonewall got eliminated. Clean after that, the second round. They started the third round. By this time, 3 o'clock became 4 o'clock. Jaworks played 2 songs and the light came on. So, I tell you this, no one else could claim that they won the dance, but the one person that could claim that they lost the dance was Stonewall, because they were the only ones to get eliminated. I heard this dude, I woke up Sunday, and like I said, I don't write on that sound fraternity thing too often. But when I heard it, some guy, I don't know what his name was, whatever, he started trying to say that they won. And I wrote, are you serious? Were we at the same dance? Or was it the after smoke from the marijuana they were smoking? I don't know what it was to make them think that they won. And after I wrote to the dude and other people wrote in, he admitted that he was lying. But then I heard last night my phone started lighting up, said that Stonewall was on Irish and Chin saying that he won the dance. I'm like, come on, as a big man, I mean, come on, have something, some kind of class, and honestly, I kind of semi-blame Chin, because you're taking one man's word of someone that was in the competition. I kind of lose off of him on that, because I'm like, okay, if that was the case, call me, call Outlaw, or even say, yo, make a confirm with the promoter.
Well, I think that when you host a radio show, you know that you definitely offer the opportunity for each contestant within the competition to come on and speak their piece, but you do have a limited time. So perhaps that's the only contestant called in.
As a radio show person, you are reporting the news. No, you cannot wake up tomorrow and because one man on the corner says, the world's going to end, the world's going to end. You don't put him on the radio and make him scream that the world's going to end. Right or wrong?
Well,
you look into your sources.
On his next episode that he'll be able to speak with everyone and just clear the air on that. So do you have any other clashes coming up in the future?
Right now, like I said, I've gotten a few phone calls, but I'm not announcing anyone's dance until I get some paper.
I understand.
At the end of the day, like I said, I spent all this money over the years cutting songs.
Right.
And it doesn't make any sense to sit down and listen to them in my house or listen to them on my Walkman. And even in past clashes I've had in the Bronx, I hear a couple sounds come, and even on the internet, oh, Younghawk is afraid to come to Brooklyn to clash. Are you crazy? 2 things can happen. One, I win, or one, I lose. And guess what? Right. If I lose, I'm not going to die. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'll clash anybody, anywhere. But guess what? You're going to pay me. The dollars got to be right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is a business. So, I'm not, and I don't tear off nobody's head. All these promoters will tell you, I work with them. But at the end of the day, in the past, no one was really drawing for a lot of Bronx sounds to come to Brooklyn apart from Blunt Posse. Because they figured, Blunt Posse is the only one alone that have tune. And we weren't getting that much.
One thing I'm going to say is that I like how the different sound systems in the Bronx are more like a family and how you all support each other. I've been to a clash there in the Bronx. That was the first time I met you. You were clashing in the Bronx, and you all support each other because I could see there were several Bronx sounds there. So I like that you all support each other no matter where you go, and I definitely think that many can learn from that family atmosphere that you all have going on.
But I think they're more supportive in Brooklyn than the Bronx, believe it or not. Because, like I said, even the first dance, the Border Clash, before I even got there, I read on the internet that I wasn't winning because they were not going to make me win. I mean, up to a member of Tech 9 wrote it. He said it to me when I got there. We're not going to make you win because you're going to use the $5,000 and cut tunes for our class, the 9th. And I was laughing to myself. I'm like, son, I got bills.
Right.
I win that $5,000, got paid 2 bills. I already cut what I needed to cut for the dance. You know what I mean? So that was never the issue. But the point is, a lot of them kind of got together and decided that I wasn't going to win. And that was part of why I came with such a vengeance Friday. Like, I didn't come there as much to win as much as I came to get what I had to get off my chest.
Right.
Mainly the thing that happened with Noah and the rest of them. So that was what my intention was Friday. Friday at Brooklyn Massacre, was to just clear the air and let them know, get the real full 100 of Younghawk. And that's what I went to do. But as far as the dance there in the Bronx with Stonewall, I don't know. I mean, I really lose off of it. Because for a big man to just go and just spread deliberate lies and go on the radio, I don't know if maybe he felt embarrassed that he's letting down Antigua or what, that he had to put it on his face. I heard someone told me that he put up a picture on Facebook holding a trophy. I'm like, yo, are you serious? This is 2012. We have internet. We have cassettes.
Well, I'll say, Jamie, that you should definitely be proud that you have been in this business for 2 decades, that you are obviously a force to be reckoned with, and that you're intimidating to cause the fights that you get, to cause the controversies that you enter into. I think that you should definitely feel proud of your accomplishments.
I mean, I definitely do. And sometimes, like I said, even when people talk and say whatever bad stuff or slackness, especially like, I don't know if you've heard, I'm sure you've heard from the early 90s, I had a clash and someone pulled a card, I don't even remember who was the first person to do it. They pull a card like when you clash, people say different stuff. I'm not really like a person to smoke marijuana or anything like that. Okay. So the girls that see me, you'll see I have like pink lips. So the first thing that women or people are gonna say in soundclash, oh, look, my lips are pink. You might do the thing to the girls. So that's how it first started. Then one clash, I don't even remember who it was, came up and said, go ahead, I'm let them pink, I didn't wear tamarind. And boy, after that, man, every clash I clash, they come with this tunnel business. And honestly, I don't really mind, because it gives me a chance. Like that if there's one thing I'm gonna know that they're gonna say in the dance,
they're gonna say, right.
So I'm able to cut a dub plate or counteract it with something. So it kind of, like I said, it's a blessing in disguise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're about to, if you're going into a fight and you know that the person's best punch is an uppercut, you're going to be able to block it.
Right. Because you know their plan before they
get there.
Start.
Yeah, definitely. So that's clear on that one as well.
Well, thank you, Jaime Hype.
Blessings, and may God be with everybody. And remember, you have to put God first in anything we do, So we just thank Father God for giving us a talent and giving us a chance to, express ourselves. As much as sometimes it costs too much bad word.
Right. Sorry.
God. Yeah, I always tell Father God when I pray at night, I say, God, don't condemn me too much, because it's not personal. It's just, competition.
Right.
Because even, like I said, even when the dance was done, I make everybody know that even Tech 9 is one of the cleanest brother in this business, and he's helped a lot of people, including myself. Some of the time I felt bad. A couple of the dub plates I played on him, he cut them. But that just proves how clean-hearted he is, because a lot of sounds, when they get access to an artist, they'll tell you, I lost his number. So them alone can have the artist. So, big ups to him. And definitely shouts going out to Andrew Digital as well, because, a lot of people didn't believe that he can take local sounds and get such a crowd. He definitely put something together that a lot of people didn't believe can happen.
Right.
So definitely shout outs going to Andrew Digital and all the promoters and everybody that support dancehall and clash. And my just advice is to, the people on the internet and the people that are fighting the thing, just ease up a little bit, because in a way it's kind of making the business look like a joke, They need to really focus on, you have something of importance to say, say relevant stuff, like the little nitpicking and, at every little thing. Oh, I mean, I've heard as far as people complaining that how comes Younghawk went through on the VIP and Innocent had to stand on the line. I mean, come on. These are the little things that it's unnecessary and what makes a lot of these song guys end up looking childish. So that's that. Clean up the business a little bit, and just go and support. I don't know what else to say.
Very entertaining. You keep the crowd going. You're all over the place, jumping and everything else. And I can see that you're going to continue to class, to juggle, and to teach, and to just keep us laughing and shouting and blowing our air horns and everything else. So we definitely say thank you for being you, Jaime, and don't change.
Oh, thank you, darling. Never will. I never will. I stick to being me. And like I said, to all the haters, I tell everybody, bad or good publicity, it's not bad when people talk good or bad about you. The time when you got to worry is when they stop talking about you completely.
This has been a conversation with Genie Sweetness featuring Jaime of Younghawk. Thank you.